It was the kind of storm that made grown-ups check the locks twice. Thunder cracked like a whip across the sky. Rain drummed on rooftops like 1,000 impatient fingers. In a quiet village nestled between misty hills and whispering woods, a boy named Anosh sat by his window, knees tucked under his chin, watching the world drown in grey. Anosh was 8, quiet, curious, and always asking why. When others said hush, his parents called him the thinker. His teachers called him the dreamer. The village cats, they called him friend. And among them, none was wilder, braver, or more mysterious than Puma. Puma wasn't like the other cats. She had fur-like storm clouds, charcoal grey with streaks of silver eyes that glowed amber even in daylight. She didn't meow, she growled. She didn't nap in sunbeams. She perched on rooftops, tail flicking like a metronome, counting secrets. The villagers said she was born during a lightning strike. Some called her cursed, others Magic Anosh, he called her sister. One night during the worst storm the village had seen in years, Anosh heard a cry. Not human, not bird, sharp, desperate, feline. He slipped out his window, barefoot and rain-soaked, following the sound to the old oak at the edge of the woods. There, tangled in thorny vines and shivering beneath broken branches, was Puma. Her paw was caught, her eyes wide with fear, not of the storm, but of being trapped. Anosh didn't hesitate. He whispered, "I've got you," and began untangling the vines with small, careful hands. Rain soaked his shirt, wind slapped his cheeks. Thunder roared like a dragon overhead. "But Puma," she purred, not loud, not sweet, a low, rumbling purr, like the earth calming after chaos. When they got home, wrapped in towels and sipping warm milk Anosh and lapping cream Puma, his mother gasped, "You brought her inside, that wild thing." Anosh smiled, stroking Puma's damp fur. "She's not wild, she's brave, and she needed me." Puma blinked slowly. "Cat, for I love you." From that night on, they were inseparable. Puma slept at the foot of his bed. She walked him to school, leaping over fences, scaring off bullies with her glare. She sat beside him while he read, one paw resting on his book like a bookmark. When Anosh felt sad, Puma would nudge his hand with her head until he laughed. When he dreamed of flying, she'd leap onto his windowsill and stare at the moon, as if to say, "One day we will." Years passed. Anosh grew tall. Puma, grey around the muzzle, moved slower, but her eyes, still sharp, still shone bright. One autumn evening, as golden leaves danced in the wind, Anosh sat beneath their oak tree, sketching rockets in his notebook. "I'm going to build one, Puma," he whispered. "A real one. To the stars." Puma curled beside him, tail wrapping around his ankle, her version of a hug. That night, she didn't come home. They searched for days, weeks. The village whispered she'd finally gone. Back to the wild, back to the storm that birthed her. Anosh cried, not loudly, not for long, but deeply. 10 years later, the world watched as the youngest aerospace engineer in history prepared for launch. His name, Dr. Anosh. His mission, to orbit Earth and test a new propulsion system, one inspired by natural balance and silent power. As he climbed into the capsule, reporters asked, "What's your good luck charm, Dr. Vera?" He smiled, opened his flight suit pocket. Inside, a silver locket. And inside that, a single grey cat hair, and a tiny sketch of a cat with storm cloud fur. "I'm not alone," he said softly. "She's with me," as the rocket tore through the sky. Fire and thunder beneath him. Anosh looked out the window, and there, just for a heartbeat, streaking alongside the ship, like a comet with eyes, was Puma. Not old, not gone, glowing. Her purr vibrated through the hull, not in his ears, but in his heart. "You said we'd fly, little thinker. They say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely during a storm, you can hear it. A rumbling purr in the thunder, a flash of silver in the lightning. And if you're very, very lucky, you'll see a boy and his cat dancing among the stars."